Hi, Jan. This is Ankita Bhosle. I'm from University Partnership team at Tracxn. So just to give you a quick introduction to Tracxn, we are one of the leading private market research platforms, and we have started our initiative with universities, understanding the rise and interest in entrepreneurship. And with keeping this in mind, we've started our initiative for school to startup, and this is to bring expertise from academia and motivate young entrepreneurs who might be listening to this interview. So to start off, I'm going to ask you some questions related to your journey. So we want to know how did you start your journey with academia, and how has been your experience so far?
Yeah, hi Ankita. I'm happy to be here now and to answer your question. About my own way. I mean, as usual, I was going to school, but after I was actually learning in agriculture and working in agriculture for a while before studying sociology and business administration, so I'm promoting in doing a PhD in the Netherlands, and then after working at a university a couple of years in the field of innovation strategy, entrepreneurship, I was getting an entrepreneurship professorship, and during this way I started up 2 enterprises myself. One enterprise was that was an enterprise based on social network analytics of employees of larger corporates. It was a consultancy we were funding, and another one was project management, where we were actually helping boats at the Volvo Ocean Race to get all things done around sailing. We didn't sail ourselves, we made everything around that.
Yeah. Just to know a little bit more about your research initiatives, we want to know if there's any most exciting projects that you're currently working on, or are there any research initiatives that you're currently working on?
Now, there are several projects. I supervise around exactly 20 PhD candidates. I supervise 2 postdocs, so we do a lot of research. So an entire breadth of different research themes, from sustainable entrepreneurship, circularity, prediction models, AI-based prediction models. But I'm busy right now in making analysis in Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube on the effect, social network effect of influencers, talking about technology, where you find quite clearly that when you talk about technology, you talk about radical innovations, because then many more people listen to you and share and the views and like you and so on. So it gets more radical in the social media. With mainstream messages, we are not coming far anymore. But it will be published later. We are just still in a period of analyzing everything.
Okay, so I think you did mention the some of the trends that is in AI, but is there any other trend that you're observing in the startup ecosystem that you think the students should pay attention to? And how do you think academia is responding to these trends through initiatives that are built an entrepreneurial mind?
Yeah, when we speak about entrepreneurship, we should speak about different things. If we speak about really tech entrepreneurship, we are not speaking about students. We are speaking about researchers from research projects in companies, in corporates, in universities, and research institutions. Normally, students are not so far doing deep tech. Unless maybe AI digital project can be possible for students, but everything else which is hardware, it's not student, it's researchers doing that. If we speak about student, we also have to distinguish between starting up an enterprise or being self-employed. There are jobs like a lawyer or artist that are self-employed by nature. So you study that to get self-employed. That is a special kind of entrepreneur. We have to be entrepreneur because you are studying something which leads directly to entrepreneurship. If you study other things, that's a choice you can make, starting up an enterprise or being self-employed. So entrepreneurship is a very wide field, and there's also entrepreneurship next to your job. You have a job, and next to that you are self-employed already. So it's a quite complex thing where there are no easy messages to students.
Yeah. I just want to know if there are any recent student-led projects or startups that have turned into success stories. How do you think a new generation of, how do new generation entrepreneurship courses contribute in shaping these outcomes?
Yeah, I was reading the question before, and it was what's the new generation of entrepreneurs? I mean, it gets all more digital, it gets all more AI based, yes, but we always had some technology, new technology coming in. So I don't see so much a new student generation. What is increasing in Europe, also in Germany, is the trend towards more entrepreneurship and self-employment. So people want to be their own boss and want to have their own company, their own business. That's really increasing. For the rest, it's just following technology trends.
Okay. So just last few questions. One is with respect to how do you see role of academia evolving around startup and innovation space over the next few years? That is one question which I would like you to answer. Yeah.
Now, what you see in academia is you have those classical professorships or chairs that will mainly stay. Of course, you need a professor for finance or statistics or for mechanical engineering. But what you see as a trend is more and more interdisciplinary professorships. And that's also the field where a lot of new ideas and a lot of entrepreneurs might emerge. I also see entrepreneurship as an interdisciplinary discipline. I mean, I'm a sociologist. I know professors that come from natural sciences, from psychology, from economics. So it's actually quite broadly because all that disciplines come into play when it comes to entrepreneurship. It's not so much business administration that comes maybe, it also plays a role, but next to many other disciplines. And this interdisciplinary approach or transdisciplinary approach is something new coming into academia. You will have many more of such professorships at universities in the future.
Okay. Just for those who are starting their academic journey or are budding entrepreneurs, what advice would you offer to help them to prepare for this rapid evolving landscape?
Yeah, of course, it always depends what you want to do. You have to make a decision yourself, getting self-employed or starting with other people, because the triggering point or the tricky point of starting with other people is that you have to work with them for a couple of years, and that has to work out. And it's often that's a problematic issue in startups that the people start up but cannot get around with each other after a while. So that's something, and then you should really make your mind what you want. Is it your baby and do you want to follow it up for 10 years? Or do you want to have a rapid growth and you get a lot of investments and you go to venture capital? So you have to think about what's your own demand or what you really want to do in life. And how sustainable it should be or whatever. You should make up your mind what you want. There is plenty of room for starting up and creating businesses, but you have to know what you want.
Okay. Just one last question and we will wrap it up. So we want to know, where can our audience learn about your work, your research, or any upcoming projects that you would like to mention? So you can feel free to mention any publications or projects that you're currently, if you want to highlight.
You can use Google Scholar or whatever other searching machine, and you will find around 100 publications of myself about very different things. And you can read that. I published also some books. You can listen to me. There are online lectures where you will find on YouTube, or you come to TU Berlin and you have a lecture with myself live in person. That's also possible. So there are options to read or see me.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of our listeners, viewers will definitely go and check out your publications, and this has been a great conversation with you. Thank you for sharing your insights into academia and the evolving landscapes that academia is adapting with the budding entrepreneurs. And also, thank you so much for sharing, giving us your precious time, Jan. And it was great having you on our School to Startup.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.